To build a system that scales your business, it's not about quick tricks or shortcuts. It's about building disciplined systems of leadership, people, strategy, and execution. Most people chase trends, but the real winners build systems. Today, you'll see how Apple's disciplined product system turned vision into unstoppable growth and how you can do the same. What if the reason your business isn't growing has nothing to do with your idea? Every year, thousands of founders chase the next big thing. Most fail, not because they're not smart, but because they never build systems. And here's the truth that most people are not ready to hear. The difference between a small business and a billion-dollar company is almost never the idea. It's the system behind it. Jim Collins studied 1,400 companies over 5 years and found one defining pattern. Great companies don't chase inspiration, they chase discipline. The idea is the spark, but the system is the engine. And without an engine, even the best spark dies in the dark. It's 1,997. Apple is days away from bankruptcy. The stock is collapsing. The media is writing its obituary. Microsoft has already won. Analysts are calling Apple irrelevant. The board is in crisis. Then Steve Jobs walks back in. Not with a new product, not with a genius idea, but with something far more powerful. A system. His first move? He cut 80% of Apple's products. Not expansion, no innovation hype, just brutal focus. And that single decision became the foundation of one of the greatest business comebacks in history. Think about that for a moment. When most people are in crisis mode, they do more. They add more products. They try more strategies. They run more ads. Jobs did the opposite. He subtracted. He stripped everything down to the bone. I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. Steve Jobs. Growth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less but better. Apple simplified everything, and that clarity made execution faster and stronger. If your business feels messy, you don't need more ideas. You need less noise. The core problem nobody talks about. Often, people think the difference between a business earning $100,000 and one earning $100 million is the idea. The truth is, the difference is only the system. We glorify the idea. We romanticize the eureka moment. But ideas are everywhere. The world is full of brilliant ideas sitting in notebooks, dying in group chats, fading away in half-finished business plans. What separates the few who actually build something great? Discipline, repetition, system. Great companies don't chase inspiration, they chase discipline. Jim Collins. Good to great. Collins found that the companies that outperformed the market for 15+ consecutive years weren't led by charismatic visionaries with wild ideas. They were led by disciplined people who built disciplined systems and stayed relentlessly focused on what mattered. Motivation is unreliable. Systems are not. Apple didn't win because they were inspired every single day. They won because they were consistent every single day. Their standards didn't shift with mood. Their processes didn't change with trends. They built a machine, and then they fed it. If your business depends on motivation to survive, it will never scale. The 4 pillars of a great system. So what does a real system look like? Based on Collins' research and Apple's blueprint, it rests on 4 pillars. Let's go through each one. Pillar 1. First who, then what right people. Before starting a business, most of us create a strategy. We map out the vision, the product, the market. Collins says we have it backwards. First, get the right people on the bus, then decide where the bus will go. Jim Collins. When Jobs returned to Apple, his first move wasn't to redesign the product line, it was to rebuild the team. He brought in Jony Ive, the design genius who would go on to shape the iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, and the MacBook. He brought in Tim Cook, the operational mind who built the supply chain machine that made Apple the most efficiently run company on earth. Jobs changed the humans before he changed the hardware, because he understood the right people don't just execute the strategy, they elevate it. They find problems you didn't know existed. They create solutions you didn't know were possible. Wrong people can destroy the best strategy. Right people can fix a broken one. Lesson for you. Look at your team right now. Do you have the right people? Or are you surrounded by people who cannot function without you watching over their shoulder? A system is only as strong as the people running it. Pillar 2. The hedgehog concept: simplicity of focus. There's an old Greek parable. A fox knows 1,000 things. A hedgehog knows one thing. But that one thing, the hedgehog is the absolute master of it. And when the fox attacks, the hedgehog always wins. Collins turned this into one of the most powerful business frameworks ever created, the hedgehog concept. Know the one thing you can be the best in the world at and pour everything into it. Apple decided, we will only build beautifully designed technology that just works. That's it. Not everything for everyone, not everywhere. Just that one thing, done to perfection. They said no to printers. They said no to PDAs. They said no to building cheap. Every no made the yes stronger. Lesson for you. What is the one thing your business can be the absolute best in the world at? Not the top 10, not the top 5, the one thing. Until you can answer that clearly, you are building scattered energy. And scattered energy never compounds. Pillar 3. Culture of discipline systems over supervision. When people hear the word system, they picture micromanagement, checklists, controllers, someone looking over your shoulder at every step. That's not a system, that's a prison. A real system is a culture, an environment where people hold themselves accountable because they believe in the standard, not because someone is watching. At Apple, Jobs didn't stand over everyone's shoulder. He didn't approve every pixel of every product personally. Instead, every employee knew what the Apple standard was. They could feel it. Would Steve be proud of this? Became the internal question that drove decisions at every level. Collins found that companies with a culture of discipline consistently outperformed those that relied on rules and supervision. Discipline, when it becomes cultural, becomes self-sustaining. It stops needing a manager and starts needing a mirror. Discipline equals freedom. Jocko Willink. Lesson for you. Write down what excellence looks like in your business. Put it on the wall. Make it part of how you hire, how you review, how you make decisions. Unless a system is written down and lived daily, it is just a wish. Pillar 4. The flywheel effect. Momentum is built, not born. This is perhaps the most important concept of all, and the one most people abandon too early. Success is not an explosion. It doesn't happen in a moment. It's not viral. It's not a single great launch or a killer product reveal. Success is the result of a heavy flywheel, a massive iron disc being pushed, slowly, again and again, until momentum becomes unstoppable. James Clear explains this beautifully in Atomic Habits with his ice cube analogy. Imagine a room sitting at 25 degrees. You turn on the heat, 26 degrees. Nothing happens. 27, still nothing. 28, 29, 30, 31. The ice cube just sits there, cold, unchanged. And then 32 degrees. The ice begins to melt. Did the temperature suddenly start working at 32? No. Every single degree before it was doing the work. You just couldn't see it yet. The breakthrough looks sudden from the outside. But from the inside, it was built one invisible degree at a time. It doesn't matter how long you've been pushing. What matters is that you don't stop before the flywheel breaks free. James Clear, Atomic Habits. Apple's flywheel started slowly. The iMac in 1998 began to move it. The iPod in 2001 accelerated it. iTunes gave it fuel. And then the iPhone in 2007, the flywheel broke free. The momentum became self-sustaining, unstoppable. But here's what people miss. None of those products would have worked without the ones before them. Each push built on the last. The system made the product possible, not the other way around. Push. Push again. At first, nothing happens. Then it moves an inch. Then a little more. Then suddenly, everything moves. Most people quit before the momentum starts. They push the flywheel for 3 months and see no results. So they pivot. They try a new strategy. They start over. And then they push that flywheel for 3 months and start over again. They spend their entire lives starting, never compounding. Lesson for you. Are you ready to keep pushing even when the momentum isn't visible? Because that invisible phase is not failure. That is the foundation. Technology amplifies it, doesn't fix. Most founders think, if I just automate this, if I just use AI for this, if I just build this tool, then everything will work. Technology doesn't build success. It amplifies it. The iPhone didn't save Apple. The iPhone accelerated a system that was already working, a culture of discipline, the right people, a focused hedgehog concept, and a flywheel that had been spinning for years. If you automate chaos, you get faster chaos. If you put AI on top of a broken process, you get a broken process at scale. Fix the system first, then let technology make it fly. The final truth. So, from today, stop asking, what is my next big idea? Instead, ask, what is the system that will make my next big idea inevitable? Steve Jobs saved Apple with discipline, not just genius. The idea of a beautiful phone was not unique to Apple. Other companies had touchscreen phones. Other companies had music players. But no other company had Apple's system, the culture, the people, the focus, the relentless flywheel. Ideas are cheap. Systems are expensive. And by expensive, I don't mean money. I mean time, discipline, patience, and the willingness to push a heavy wheel when nobody is watching and nothing is moving. You don't have a growth problem. You have a system problem. Ideas don't scale. Hustle doesn't scale. Systems scale. Build the system, push the flywheel, trust the process. Now, it's your turn. What is the one system missing in your business right now? Is it recruitment, not having the right people on the bus? Is it sales, no repeatable process for closing and following up? Or is it product design, no clear standard for what excellence looks like? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this shifted your thinking, if something landed, share it with a friend who is working day and night but unable to grow, because they don't need more motivation. They need a system. See you in the next one. Build the system. Trust the process.